I'm a little hearing impaired, so if we goof something up, just correct it.
My name is David Garay. This is for Communication 108. Today is October 28th, and I'm here with my girlfriend's grandfather. What's your name?
William D. Bach,
And how old are you?
79.
Okay. So we're just going to go through a couple questions. Just talking about media and how it's changed your life throughout the years and that kind of thing. So what was the first news story that you ever heard about?
The first news?
First news story that you remember? So like in a newspaper or something, a major event?
Boy, I don't know. The most biggest thing was the assassination of JFK.
Okay. Okay. And how did you hear about it?
I was getting a haircut in a barber shop when it, I don't know if it came on the TV, it came on the radio for sure, that John F. Kennedy had been assassinated in Dallas. And that was the next morning, I guess.
So it was on a TV?
More than likely, the barbershop would have had a TV in it.
Was it black and white or color?
It was black and white.
Black and white? Okay. Okay. Now when you were a child, between the ages of 1 and 12, okay, what forms of media were there that you consumed?
Newspapers.
Newspapers?
Magazines. And the radio.
And the radio? Okay.
Yeah.
And between the ages of 13 and 20, when you were a teenager or an adolescent, what were there different forms of media then?
Let's see. The TV, we got a TV in 1954.
Okay.
So, how old I was then, I don't know. If I was
Teenager?
10, I was 10 in 49. Well,
It's about 15.
5 years later, the TV was just coming in. We first got one 1954.
Oh, okay.
And that was TV, the radio, and the magazines. And we got National Geographic magazines at our house.
Oh, okay. How often did you get those?
I think they came monthly.
Monthly. Okay.
So I don't know, the various topics were in the National Geographics, you know. I remember one thing was a duck-billed platypus from Australia.
Oh, okay.
There was, my mother was quite excited that you should read this magazine, that they found this kind of an animal, and he was a duck-billed platypus.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And now that you're in your adulthood, how has media changed? What do you use now versus what you used then?
Well, I believe I'd watch TV for the news.
Colored TV.
Yes, a colored TV. I still like to read a newspaper always.
Okay.
And well, as far as like I don't know, Time magazine, People magazine, whatever other kind of magazines we got around here. Okay. Yeah, I read well, I get an American Legion magazine, and it's been 100 years since World War I, and it had a story in there about the war that didn't end in
Mhm.
1918. It continued on to this day. It made reference to Mao Zedong in China, what do you call it, Ho Chi Minh from uh, Vietnam, which was French Indochina when it started. Some of the other countries in Europe that were ruled by other countries, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania,
Mhm.
those are the captive nations, the Baltic. Uh, it said that Finland became a country, and we always knew that Finland was a country, but it was ruled by Sweden.
Mm. Okay.
So after World War One, it got its independence.
Mm.
Turkey was a country that was part of the Ottoman Empire, and then it went back to they had a country of Turkey. But anyway, that was a magazine article that was historical and
Mhm.
informative and
Okay. All right.
things, something like that.
Now, if you had to narrow it down, what form of media do you use the most?
Newspaper and the TV.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Um, and then also, what kind of phone do you use? Do you have a cell phone?
I have a cell phone,
Okay.
and I depend heavily on the landline
Landline still? Okay.
because I can control the volume on it for my hearing impaired.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then do you use any kind of online media like Facebook or any kind of social
No.
media? No, not at all.
No,
Okay.
I have a computer,
Mm-hmm.
and I use it primarily for military organizations for information. I have one friend that lives 500 miles away,
Oh well.
and we communicate with emails.
Okay.
And
That was going to be my next question.
okay,
So that's good.
yeah. I don't know. I have the cell phone
Okay.
for, well, business communication. I tell my wife where I am and what I'm doing. Other than that, I don't use it to take photos. I have used it to photograph just for the sheer idea that it could be done. I never took a true picture with a phone just to have it, like,
Sure.
or not even taking selfies.
Now, is it a flip phone, or is it a touchscreen phone?
It's it's just a simple phone.
Mhm.
It's not a flip phone.
It's a
It's
touch.
a track phone.
A track phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do more calling on it than receiving messages.
Okay.
If I'm somewhere other than having the landline and someone is going to call me, I'll be aware that it's going to vibrate in my pocket, and then I'll answer it.
Mm-hmm.
But more times than not, someone would call me,
Mm-hmm.
and if I wasn't ready for it, it wouldn't be an answered call.
Right.
And then if I realized, hey, maybe it vibrated, I can look in my call log and then either answer it
Mm-hmm.
or follow up on it. But most of the conversation is from me to someone else.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have. I do appreciate your time.
Okay.
And, thanks a lot.
All right. I hope it was a little bit interesting.
Yeah, yeah. it
We'll
was a
see
lot.
how many